Ah, Terraria. The innocent design, peaceful music, and the not at all disturbing face monsters. This game takes us back to the early days of survival sandboxes. Although Terraria originally hit Xbox One back in November of 2014, the upcoming 1.3 version will update it once more to equal its PC counterpart. Version 1.3 boasts some amazing improvements to the game's UI, as well as many new weapons to wield, trinkets to discover, and bosses to battle. So if you haven't already, now is the perfect time to dive into Terraria. Here are 5 tips to get you started. Tip number 1, starter trinkets. There are many different items to find or craft within Terraria, but when you're just starting out, you'll want to search out 3 specific items to ensure the best chance of survival. Each of these items can be found underground in dungeons or in random chests. The first item is a pair of speed boots. Terraria offers 2 different types of speed boots, the Hermes boots and the Flurry boots. And with the 1.3 patch, they'll introduce a third called the Sailfish boots. These boots offer amazing speed, which can help you escape enemies and traverse the land at a quicker pace. Plus, these boots are the first material needed to craft the Frost Spark boots. The second item you'll want to find is a magic mirror. This item is essential for any Terraria player. The magic mirror will allow you to teleport directly to your set spawn point, which will save you time as well as a dangerous trip home, in the dark, chased by enemies, threatening to rob you of all the goodies you spent the entire day collecting. The last item you want to keep your eye out for is a cloud in a bottle. This item gives you the ability to double jump. Although this is very useful for jumping up terrain, its primary use is to prevent fall damage. There are many deep caves in Terraria, and they can lead to some accidental deaths if you're not careful. If you've got Cloud in a bottle, you can jump last minute to avoid that fall damage. Tip number 2, quick stack. There are so many things you can collect in Terraria, so after you finish up a mining excursion, you may find yourself overwhelmed by the cluttered mess of an inventory. One way to avoid this problem is to take some time to organize your current chest setup and move them closer together. Then, when you want to drop off your spoils, all you need to do is navigate down to the quick stack option. This will take all the items in your inventory and stack them with the same items in your chest. The quick stack is proximity based, so the more chests you have nearby, the more items will be sorted at one time. Tip number 3, roomies! One crucial part of Terraria is the necessity for room and board. With over 20 helpful NPCs willing to move in with you if given the chance, you'll need to ensure that your shelter has the space to accommodate each of them. NPCs can act like merchants, they can offer specific items, and some can even offer abilities like reforging and healing. NPC housing is easy to make. Just build a decent sized room, fill it with a background tile, add a table, a chair, and a torch, then voila, you've got a room fit for any NPC. Tip number 4, going straight to the Underworld. When you're near the midway point of the game, you'll find yourself needing to visit the Underworld more and more. However, getting there isn't easy if you don't have a direct path. One thing to make this journey easier and faster is to create a pit straight down, because what's faster than falling? Though fall damage does exist, there's an assortment of ways to break your fall versus your legs. One of these being the cloud in a bottle we mentioned earlier. Use it to double jump before you hit the bottom. With all the hazardous enemies in the Underworld, you may find yourself dying down here quite a bit, so this will help you get back to your dropped items before they disappear. Tip number 5, arena. In Terraria, there are many random events, like blood moons, invasions, or even boss attacks. To best avoid this, it's smart to build an arena a good distance from your house. This is where you can camp out and hopefully survive during one of these random events. Building it off the ground is a must, as it limits your enemies to those that can fly or use ranged attacks. A good addition would be a campfire for a regeneration buff, plus you could double that buff by adding a heart lantern near the fire as well. Later in the game, you can add heart statues. Now these may seem cosmetic, but if powered by red wire and connected to a pressure plate, these statues will drop hearts that heal you when you run over that plate. Though Terraria seems like a simple sandbox survival game, it's actually a rich world where nearly everything you collect can be used by itself or for crafting something else. Terraria is for the explorers, the looters, the collectionists, the completionists, the home builders, the raiders, and the fighters. It's a massive game that appeals to almost every type of gamer. You'll be busy for hours with all the customization and content, especially with that upcoming 1.3 update. So get ready to spelunk and craft your way through this world. Just be careful where you kill those voodoo demons. Not again!